Thanks a lot, Marco. Yeah, and hi from Webtrekk. Thanks for having me. I would like to show you today how to reduce your CPO and also gain back data ownership. And what I mean by that, you will find out. Just some numbers about Webtrekk. We are out of Berlin, 7 offices around the world, 150 people. Did 2 years ago a 25 million funding round with DPE, and we are focused on industries like e-commerce, financial services, and media publishing. What is our vision? We would like to be the leading MarTech company in Europe by 2020, and we obviously want to drive our customers' profit with easy software solutions. What are the challenges that we see these days? And we heard it from Robert already. Obviously, everybody needs to invest in social, in search, and these trends are very interesting and they're not new. What is maybe new is that these channels become more and more expensive. So every advertiser has to choose where to put his money, and it's still important to put the money in Facebook and Google, definitely. But if you look at last year, CPM change on Facebook was 65%. And the market share of Facebook and Google is 81% in market growth. And we see that this is getting more and more frightening for some of the advertisers. If you ask Google about SEO, it's clear. You only have to type in SEO. That's what Google says about SEO themselves. So what is the paradigm shift required? And we believe that right now, most of your people in the companies work and think in channels. And we believe they should think more about the users behind the devices and channels that we're tracking. We might have a department for search, we might have a department for display, for mobile. All these data silos that we build up should be unified, because in the end we're trying to attract people. And there are a lot of complex reports within those data silos, and usually each of these responsible persons can come up with a report that makes them look good. And therefore we believe it's important to consolidate a lot of the data that you see and bring it into live dashboards. Plus, as I said, data ownership is very important. I think especially Europe hasn't understood yet how important your digital data is. And digital data is what I mean, the data you generate on your website, you generate in your apps and your mobile websites. And another good example is, if you look at this, probably know Ghostery. If you don't know it, you should take a look at it. It's a plugin that tells you how many third-party companies and tags are installed on your website. And what I think is really interesting, if you look at the global digital leaders, they don't use any third-party tags, or at least very few, because they're not sending out their information in real time to pretty much all over the world, because they believe it's valuable. It's a valuable information that we're tracking here. And then probably if you look at your company or the company you guys are invested in, it might look like this. Okay, there's no pointer, but like this, You're sending out your data to 30, 40, up to 80 partners in real time on a personal level. And we believe, if the responsible people believe that they become data-driven by installing more tags, I don't think that's the right choice. I think the right choice is to understand what's going on with your digital media and then try to come up for a solution by yourself, and not just by adding third-party tools. So it's all about the user and lookalikes. How do I come up with this, Users, you track them, and you want to generate new content, and you want to generate new prospects. So you have to understand the users and where they come from. And something that is very important to understand the user is to connect different devices. They are using 3, 4, 5 devices, and usually we were tracking these devices by each device, and we weren't bringing the data together. So now we have come up with a solution called our cross-device bridge, where we're connecting these devices on a probabilistic level and also on a deterministic level. So it means you're logging in, and then we can connect the devices for you, or you are walking around in the same IP address rooms, and we connect these devices for you. In the DACH region, we already have a pool with about 70 million connected devices, and that we believe is the basis to then better target your customers in the future. 96% of your visitors will churn. So there's about 100% of people coming to your website, and if you're a lead generation, if you're an e-commerce site, if you're any site that wants to generate some sort of goal, you will lose people on the way. And we have seen, obviously, a lot of sites that lost 90%, 99%, or maybe also if you're a pharmacy, you only lose 80%. But you probably lose these people somewhere in the beginning of the funnel or at the end of the funnel. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to reduce these dropouts, the churn, in every single step. We're trying to bring in more people in the funnel in the beginning, try to find the right guys, then look where to attract them, in which device, what is the right product they're interested in. Yeah, are they dropping out? Can we give them a discount? Do we need to give them a discount? Are they churning or not? In the basket, if it's an e-commerce store, are those the right products? Shall we upsell something? And obviously, after the purchase, you need to follow up. You can also upsell more products and then increase conversion. And by that, we're trying to increase the whole business model of you and also of your businesses you're investing in. Great example is Zalando. From the beginning on, very data-driven. In 9 years to more than 4 billion revenue, they're working with our raw data since the beginning. Thank you.